Number 14. On the side of an old downtown building, Sarah is painting a circular mural or a picture scene. She will paint the city's name on the 16-foot horizontal section located 6 feet below the center of the circle. So if we get a really good understanding of this problem, here is where the name is going to go. The center is that black dot, and 6 feet below it, she will paint the name. How many feet wide is the mural at its widest point? Now, if you catch something here, this problem is the easiest one on the whole test. But we have to use a little bit of logical reasoning here. Comparing that blue line to the green one, which line is longer? Just looking at it, you can tell that the blue line will be more than 16. Everything's in feet, so let's keep it in feet. We know that it has to be more than the green line because the green line is called a chord on a circle. The blue line is a chord, but it's a diameter. It's the actual halfway point on the circle. So I'm looking for an answer that is more than 16 feet. And I think maybe this could have been a misprint because the only one it could be would be E. I am going to show you the mathematical way to solve this, but this is just pure logic. It has to be more than the 16, and the only option is the 20. So we know the answer is 20, but let's prove it mathematically. So I'm going to erase this out and draw in another line right here. From the center to the edge of the circle, that's a radius. Okay, so that point to any part on the circle would be the same distance. So if I knew that distance, whoops, didn't mean to take that one out, I would know a lot. I would not know the answer, but I would be able to find the answer because this would be the radius of my circle. It also happens to be the hypotenuse of a right triangle. If you notice right here, you have a right triangle that's sitting right in this space. Let me fill it in for you. It's a right triangle because of that 90-degree angle. So what formula do you know that works for a right triangle when we're looking for an unknown side? Hopefully, you're thinking of Pythagorean theorem, the one where a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And remember, c is always hypotenuse. So this dimension will have to be c. So we don't know c, and therefore we don't know c squared. I'm going to let this one be a. This is one of the legs of the triangle. Be careful with b because it's not all the way across the circle. It's only halfway on this distance. So this is 8 feet that I want to use, not the whole distance of 16. So 8 squared would go here. 6 times 6 is 36. 8 times 8 is 64. And together those will give me c squared. This is going to be 100 for c squared. And if you take the square root, you are going to get 10 feet for c. So 10 feet is the radius of this circle. Now, we're almost there because we need to know the diameter, the circle at its widest point. Remember that blue line I drew in there. So I know by the math I just did that this is 10 feet, but so is this. So if you want to go all the way across that circle, you would need to cover 20 feet. But if you realize that it's more than 16, you can save yourself all that work and just pick the answer that fits.